So there must be the understanding of the Buddha's word of truth, like what is there now? The other moment, the moment before this has gone, and that which has later is now present moment and gone. Unknowingly, no understanding of the truth is so true that the moment of seeing is not the moment of hearing, not the moment of thinking. When they are not known, there must be ignorance of that which experiences as I like, I dislike. But if like does not arise, how can there be I like? I know. When there's no understanding at all, can there be I know or I understand? And if one follow the method, how can there be the understanding of what is there even at the meditation center? There must be seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. But there are two different kinds of idea of thinking. Wrong understanding, right understanding.
Yeah. True, thank you.
No matter where, when there is a reality there, it depends on ignorance or right understanding of the truth of it. Because it's so true, but what is the truth of it? It is there by conditions, just appearing and then disappear instantly. This is the absolute truth.
Thank you, it's true.
Where to let go the idea of self, but the intention is not just to let go the idea of self, but to understand the truth. And even that which understand is not me. It's a reality different from ignorance. That's why we learn to understand any moment, because it's so true. What is there? What are there? Like citta and cittasika arising together. It depends on whether it is the development of understand the truth of citta. So it is cittanupassana satipatthana. And when it's Dhamma, anything, no matter what, arises and falls away in different manners, can be known as not self. Anywhere to let go. Otherwise, thinking just to let go somewhere and something is not the real letting go of wrong understanding at all, because at the time it's there again. That's why before doing anything or thing that I can do, there should be the understanding of what is there from the very beginning, to consider carefully, wisely of the truth, about the truth, the absolute truth. Nobody can change. Even while we are talking, there are seeing, moment of seeing arising and falling away unknown. We do not make it arise, no one can make it arise, but it's there by conditions. And there are so many different conditions for each moment to be known, to be learned, to understand the truth. No one there at all. That's why in truth, what is there appearing? One is that which experiences, the other is that which cannot experience anything. Is it not true, even right now at this moment?
It's true. It's happened now.
And there can be a moment of beginning to have confidence of the truth of it, little by little. Very natural, as natural by conditions. Even thinking right now is conditioned by we think differently, different idea. To learn that actually there is no one and no thing. What we take for me, or people, or things, are only different realities arising, appears and disappear instantly, so rapidly that it's not known as it is. As actually that which is seen is so very, very minute, very subtle, not just everything appearing together. The proof is that as soon as one closes one's eyes, they are all gone. What is appearing now? Everything gone. No window, no bed, no shoe, or in a sudden, never there. Because no seeing of just one single reality at a time so rapidly, which form up the shape and form to be known as something. That's why it is nimitta, just the sign or the mark of that which arising and falling away in very rapid succession of rapidity.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be known because Buddha has developed his understanding with Pāli so long to understand the truth. And after his enlightenment, he said, Dhamma are so very subtle, very, very difficult to discern, to understand. But it can be understood, so he taught the way. And that is the understanding from the very beginning, to understand it so true. And when the confidence of the truth is strong enough, we don't know when will a conditioned moment of direct awareness, which is satipatthana, with understanding. Otherwise, it's useless. It cannot be satipatthana when it cannot understand the truth of just one reality which appears, which later it can appear better and better, clearer and clearer, and that what Buddha said is so true. It's only a moment of experiencing an object. And what is meant by an object? No other thing there at all. Different world.
Yeah.
Of things and people anymore. Because there's understanding one characteristic at a time, which is different from just beginning to learn about it. That now seeing is not hearing, it's not thinking. But even so many moments of seeing can be known as the mark or the sign of seeing, the nimitta of seeing. Because just one single reality cannot be known according to the process of experiencing an object one moment at a time. Otherwise, it doesn't mean enlightenment at all.
Yeah.
So, in the Buddha's time, no place to be called meditation center at all. Because the truth can be known anytime by conditions without any understanding at all. How can it condition moment of direct awareness of just our reality right now? Not other realities together, just one only. And by then, it's known as satipatthana, because it begins to understand that characteristic which is aware of just one at a time. For example, hardness now. Does it appear one at a time at that moment? Nothing can appear at all. No flower, no house, no window, nothing, no sound, because only one at a time. Otherwise, it cannot lead to the experiencing, penetrating the truth which is now arising and falling away all the time, so rapidly. If that is not developed to that degree, it cannot eradicate the idea of self, which has been accumulated years and years ago, uncountable, and more in next life, when there's no understanding at all. So there's no other way, only what Buddha said. There must be pariyatti, so skillful in understanding the truth of the Four Noble Truths, what is meant by dukkha ariya satya, and the condition of dukkha is the attachment with ignorance, Now, who knows that there is attachment to the object which is seen already by conditions, that by the accumulation. So very subtle as asava. That's why we feel all the time, I see, I hear, I think, because of that which arises 3 moments after seeing or hearing or whatever, to the sensor. Unknown, but it's there. I see now, I hear now. Even no word, it's there. No one, I, at moment of seeing, at moment of hearing. That's why if there's not enough confidence of the truth, there is no condition for direct awareness with understanding to begin to understand directly of the object as it is, until it can appear just one. Who can imagine what is meant only one single object and the experience, not the same reality. One experiences and the other cannot experience. No doubt about the nature of that which is not that which can experience the object, and that which experience an object. Even that the two, for example right now, hardness is only hardness when it is experienced. No desk, no computer, nothing at all. But it cannot experience an object. And at that very moment, that which experiences it doesn't have shape and form and color or visible object at all. No doubt about what is that reality which has no shape and form at all. Just experience, arising, experiencing, that's all. Not the same one, not the single one, like seeing and hearing. Only one cannot be the object, because it has to be nimitta, by way of the arising and falling away condition, that which can be known as this or this or this or this. No need to go anywhere at all. Any time, any place, as Buddha said. It's useful, it's beneficial to be conditioned to be direct awareness with direct understanding of that very object which is aware of. Anytime by conditions, that's the way to let go the idea of self or permanent thing as it appears as rose or table or chair. In truth, no thing, no one, and even that which arises and experience falls away, never to return. Just consider whether it's true or not, only that, nothing to do, because no one there. Right understanding performs its function of understanding, on and on and on and on, when it's there. But when it's not there, if someone tries so hard to know it, to do to the way that they think, it can lead to understanding. It's impossible, because understanding means now. What level? Intellectual understanding. There is seeing which sees no one. It is the time to develop the understanding of the characteristic which is there from birth, arising and falling away, on and on, to the moment of death, and on after death. No one can stop the conditions for the arising and falling away of that which now arises, experiences, an object all the time. Never lost, all there by conditions. Even while one is fast asleep, or just wake up, or at any time, it's there. Different realities by conditions. And this is the beginning to have firm confidence of the truth. Because there are always moments of forgetting about the truth all the time. Very few moments by conditions and more by conditions, or it can't understand any object so well by conditions, or by conditions. Who knows what condition? would be next moment.
Thank you.
So going somewhere to think that it's the place very suitable for development of understanding, is it right? Expectation is there unknowingly. Attachment is there unknowingly. But Panya, right understanding, begins to understand the characteristic which conditions dukkha, Ariya Satya. It's there. That's right. Understanding changes the way of life little by little, unknowingly, by conditions, not by me, try so hard to change.
Thank you.
And without this level of understanding, can there be more realization of the truth? Impossible. That's why the 12th round of Ariya Satya, or round of intellectual understanding of the Four Noble Truth, and the second round, Patipatti, directly understanding the truth of whatever is now appearing, and the third, Pattiveda, realization the truth. Unexpectedly, otherwise it cannot let go the idea of self at all. I can do, I have done it, I tried, and so on. It's wrong. Because it cannot let go the idea of self of the 5 khandas, Rupa Khanda, Vedana Khanda, Sanya Khanda, Sankhara Khanda, Vijnana Khanda. All 5 means any moment. Every moment when there's no understanding. What is there? Ignorance and attachment for sure. Very, very subtle as asava. That's why I learned to understand the words of the enlightenment, because he taught the absolute truth that can be realized, because it's now there. Without his word, no understanding about his truth at all. So what is true? Is this very moment. What is there is so true, so real. Seeing is Dhamma, Adhamma. Anything which is real, which is conditioned to arise, to be such reality, nobody can change the way it is at all. It's Dhamma.
Thank you.
We think, but what is there? See? Our reality experiences thought or idea or something, how many cetasikas, and what cetasika perform the function of thinking in such way. Because there are many, many realities as many factors. Everything cannot be the same one or singular, same object, but can be same kind. Citta is citta, but it's different by cetasikas which arise with it. The citta before seeing cannot see. So the seeing has different cetasika, not as the one which arises before seeing. Learn to understand little by little to have more confidence of the truth. That's all. It cannot be in this life because the ignorance and attachment has been accumulated for how long? So how can it all be eradicated so soon in this life? Impossible. The truth is the truth. Understanding is understanding. Ignorance is ignorance. Attachment is attachment. Whether it's known or not, nobody can change the way it is. Because actually, there's no one at all, and no thing. Only different realities from life to life, moment to moment. And that is the meaning of anatta and Dhamma. All Dhammas are anatta. More confidence of the truth.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No matter what kind of feeling is there, and then gone.
When I meditate, I see so many things happening.
Who conditioned that?
Pardon?
Who conditioned such happenings? No one. But wrong understanding is there.
Yeah.
Wrong understanding is there. What did you see?
Yeah, I see sometimes during the close the eyes you see the past experiences, and when you open your eyes, it was only like an illusion. It was gone, and you are at the present moment, and you realize that that was the past, and then you live for the present moment. It enables you to see clearly.
Is there any understanding of that?
Yeah, you understand that you live now, you live for the present moment, and that was the past. It's gone.
If it's so true, why do you have to go to meditation center?
I go there I read books, I read the suttas, and then I walk the path. So I go there for the retreat so that I help by the Dhamma work also there. Every year I go there.
But is it told to do like that in the Tipitaka? Did Buddha say anything about going to meditation center and do this and that?
No.
Wrong or right? Because the truth is the truth anywhere, any time, any moment, by conditions. But when there is the idea of going somewhere, it's not by conditions. It's by the idea of going there. Expectation is there to get something for self, not letting go. No understanding, naturally, by conditions. Unexpectedly, because there are conditions for that moment to arise. No one is there to do it, or to condition it, or make it up.
Because I thought it's a Dhamma, I go and help there. I help them to sew their meditation covers for the sitting meditation, and by doing it, I feel the joy of helping.
Yes, but what is the truth of that? Is it you?
Because I do my meditation there once a year in the retreat. That is for me a joy to help them, to give back in return.
And what is joy? Is it you?
This gives me joy, and I found it's the truth.
What is the truth of joy?
Das ist Dhamma.
Not you.
Yeah.
Or you. What about all dhammas are anatta? No me, no mine, not mine at all. Dhamma does not belong to anyone because it's conditioned to arise. As soon as it has arisen, it falls away, never to return at home. Can it be I? or it is just a conditioned Dhamma. And when it's so true, the truth can be this moment. Why go to meditation center? Is there any expectation to get something, to have joy, but no understanding of what is there now? So what is so true? That which is conditioned, not that I like to do it. It's very important to be truthful to the truth. Otherwise, there cannot be the realization of whatever is now. The 10 parami is so important too, because only right understanding itself cannot arise without the support of many conditions. To be so truthful to the truth is truth no matter where. Even one does not go to meditation center, but there can be the understanding of what is there unexpectedly, and only by unexpected it can condition more confidence of the truth, that it does not belong to anyone. Understanding what is meant by Dhamma is clearer, that it's Dhamma, and what is Dhamma, no one and no thing and no self. Even joy is not me. Seeing is not me. Everything is not me. Otherwise, this is me. I am so very happy, very present. And what about the other at moment of life or dislike? In a day, attached to the sensuous object as conditioned. To understand, because it's conditioned, it cannot be taken for anyone at all, because it arises and then gone. It arises by conditions. As soon as it has a reason by condition, it's gone. No condition for it anymore.
Thank you. That means the joy that is not me, I have in the Dhamma, that was the joy then.
All Dhammas, what is there at that very moment is so real, it is conditioned to arise and fall away instantly, never to return at all. Nothing can be taken for I or things lasting at all. Is that not true? Just be truthful to the truth.
Thank you, Ajahn Sujin, to realize that.
Just consider it again and again and again. That's the way to understand what is true and what is not true. And what is the object of attachment. So very tricky. Because it's attachment to the present feeling. No matter it is the attachment to the present feeling or dosa, dislike it, no matter what, as long as there is no understanding of the truth, it's me. Because who can be there? The moment of that which experience an object and no one. So it's me. But actually no me when there is the understanding. But wrong understanding has been accumulated quite so long. So right understanding understand the way which is so very subtle, because it is one of the Four Noble Truths. It is now, this moment of beginning, to consider what is so true, and it's so very difficult to let go, because it has been accumulated so long in a day. So, firstly, there should be the understanding of the truth, more and more, to condition moment of direct awareness with right understanding. But at meditation center, is there any condition for direct awareness of whatever is there? It's only waiting for strange happening and like it and be attached to it. But what about the understanding of what is there now? Because life exists in a moment only. To understand life, the truth of life, is understanding what is there now, in a moment. Otherwise, can we say that that is right understanding? When there's no understanding of what is there now at all. But at this very moment, learn to understand the truth. It's there by conditions, no matter what. No one can make it arise because it's there already, like seeing right now while we're talking is there. So everything is conditioned, and condition can be learned little by little. What condition what? Like seeing cannot arise at all without the eye base and without that which can impinge on the eye base, which condition the reality arises to experience it. Just to experience, to see only. It cannot think, it cannot lie. It's just that which experience an object. And first of all, if there's no right understanding of that which experiences and that which cannot experience, the rupa, how can there be letting go of things around and people around and the world? What are there in the world? So the truth is the truth, but it's not easy to realize the truth, to penetrate what is there now, arising and falling away, secretly, unknowingly. What appears is only the sign or the mark of the reality as one characteristic, and together as form and shape to be taken for something, to make it known as this or that.
It grows slowly. Understanding it's realizing it and understanding it at a deeper level is a continuous process.
That's why Buddha taught about the 10 paramis. Be truthful to the truth, to have confidence with viriya and khanti. Not to do anything because it has to be as it's conditioned, as it has been accumulated.
Thank you, Ajahn Sujin.
My pleasure.